What? So, can I ask you a question?
No.
All right.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
So, why do you keep buying cinnamon rolls? Because nobody's eating them, and we have like 80.
Because they're a comfort item, just like it is when I buy cheese. And nobody eats the cheese.
No, no one eats the cheese.
Nobody eats the cheese.
Nobody cuts the cheese. Nobody eats.
Everybody in this house cuts the cheese, but nobody eats the cheese.
Actually, we're all eating it if somebody's cutting it.
Okay, so this was actually October 26, 2019, and I was big.
It was when? 20 what?
19. This is right before the world shut down in 2020. It's pretty crazy to think about.
Let's see it.
She big.
And to the left?
Oh, right here? Wait, right here. Wait, where am I?
You're in the center.
Oh, okay.
Center cam.
Boom. I was big. I was 220 pounds there.
That's not really her.
Yes, it is. Don't tell people that. Yes, it is.
She's 100 pounds wet.
Right now, yeah. I had the gastric sleeve surgery.
You're
done.
wet right now? Oh.
He keeps wanting me to open an OnlyFans page, and I'm just like, bro.
What do you mean I keep wanting to? Like, I've said it 3 times.
You've said it 3 times. Like, the first time when I was like,
It's been pretty spread out across the 3 times.
Exactly. So you keep saying.
Oh my gosh. So there's all of these lights in here and this perfect, beautiful couch.
Here's the deal. If I'm doing OnlyFans, I'm doing images and not videos. But here's the other thing that I learned about OnlyFans is that OnlyFans has it to where like you have to actually interact with people. Like you have to like it's weird. I don't necessarily want.
What do you mean you got to interact?
Exactly. I don't want to be having conversations with men. If they want to buy my pictures and I'm add them to the spank bank, fine, great, go for it, bro. But here's the deal: I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not going to talk dirty to you. I'm not going to talk low and slow. That's not me. I'm not here for it. Only my man gets that.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know how successful we would be at OnlyFans. Now I have the photographer. Like that's not a problem. Okay. So if you're wanting to do this shit. No, and and here's the other thing is how many people would buy couples pictures?
Raise your hand.
If you would buy yeah, there's a very specific image that I'm wanting of us that I'm hoping Lisa can get for us. But
what's that look like?
It's our 2 bodies intertwined, but it's very specific on the fact that it highlights our tattoo artwork.
And
specifically my tattoo artwork.
Well, what about mine?
There's specific artwork that I want highlighted. I want yours highlighted.
On the same side if we do it on the right.
Yeah.
Do it the right way.
Yes. So like we would actually have to swap. Like I would have to sit.
Yeah, you'd be on this side and I'd be on that side.
If we're facing each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
But I've got to get mine done.
Yes.
Which is coming.
It is coming.
Actually, I can't wait to get it done.
I can't wait to meet with that tattoo artist. Like, because we did, like, he popped on. Dude, that was a weird fucking live last night, okay? It was great because the analytics were amazing. Haters are going to hate, but they bump analytics like crazy, okay? All right, we're done with McFatty.
So, who was it? Did we get a name on that?
Time out. Okay, I don't want anybody to think I'm body shaming anybody who's overweight. That's not what I'm doing. I personally did not like who I was when I was that weight. If you love yourself, that's all I care about. Love yourself. And I did not love myself. And my weight was a true representation of how I felt inwardly. I was unhappy. I was insecure. I was traumatized. It was awful.
This doesn't look anything like you. You can tell that you were stressed out.
I was
and you were not happy.
No, wasn't.
You weren't happy, obviously. And I know more than whoa.
That was me. Sorry.
No, I lost an ear.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
That's weird.
It's weird. Hello.
That happened to me yesterday.
I lost the right side.
Unplug, plug back in. That helped me yesterday. I've got extra cord if we need it.
That was weird.
Did it come back?
No, it's fine though.
Okay.
Is what it is.
Yeah. But
It just kind of threw me off.
yeah. Well, we've both been dealing with ringing in the ear recently, which is kind of crazy. So,
Yeah, for us both to deal with it.
yeah.
But back to that photo,
Yeah.
that does not look anything like you at all.
No.
Like your facial features are not the same. And here's the deal. There's a lot of people that get this surgery.
Okay, yeah. So I had the gastric sleeve surgery done. So they took like more than half of my stomach off. It's a permanent operation that permanently changes the way of which.
It's not a band.
No, they don't
It's-
even do the band anymore. I think it got recalled.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this surgery is a very, 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 what's the word?
Invasive.
Yeah. Surgery that you have to stick to a certain system. And if you're not willing to do that, like you've got to really dedicate yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, 100% to this thing before you decide to do it. And if you haven't done your research on it before you do it and you just jump into it because you're like, oh, I just want to lose weight. I just want
to be skinny.
yeah. And
Yeah.
then you don't realize, what it's going to actually do to your body.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, I believe, jump into this the wrong way.
Yeah. So it affects everything that you digest. It affects the way you
it aff-
digest medicine. It affects
affects everything.
the way you digest food.
Your mental,
Mm-hmm.
like your mental state, you
Yeah.
will lose yourself.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it's
You will
pretty crazy.
completely lose yourself if you do not stick to the plan.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But there's also a lot of people who get the surgery, and you'd be surprised how many divorces happen because of the surgery. I'm just saying, keep it in mind. But it wasn't because it was like, "Oh, I feel sexy now. I'm gonna go get whatever I want." That wasn't it. It was like it was finally like it was like another step to being eye-opening and being like, "But you don't have to live this way." Just like I don't have to live overweight, I don't have to live in a toxic environment. And then that bleeds into so many other avenues. Like, I don't have to be friends with this person.
So
Like,
you
I don't have
believe
to.
that, sorry to cut you off, but I want to stop you right there for a second. Do you believe that played a role? Like, do you think that the mental part played a role in you making those choices of what you did?
Yes, here's the deal. When I got the surgery,
I'm just curious.
okay, so yes, it absolutely played a role in me being like, I'm leaving because ultimately it made me know how strong I am and what I can do by myself. And I was at home by myself recovering. I didn't have anybody there to make sure I took my medicine. He didn't take time off to be with me. None of it. It was like, you want to do it, you're home by yourself.
You go do it.
You go do it. I didn't have anybody at home with me to recover. Like, I had no help. Like, I think he maybe took the kids to school. I think. Like, I don't, but it was like I had the surgery on a Wednesday and then I was back driving and back at work on Monday. Like, it wasn't like I took a shit ton of time off. But like doing all of that. So like, and then my dad picked me up from the surgery because he wouldn't even take the day off to like pick me up to having the surgery. So it was like, fuck you. If I can do this by myself, like why am I continuing to accept less than if I can do all of this on my own? I'm already a single parent on my own because you put your association above me. I'm already doing drop off by myself because you don't want to adjust your schedule to be able to take the kids to school. Like I was never a priority. And so it was like having the surgery just magnified and highlighted the fact that it was like, bitch, you don't have to take this. If you can do this surgery on your own, it was an eye opener to like all of that. Like you're already doing all of this on your own. You realize that, right? You truly understand and realize that you're doing all this already on your own. So why don't you go go be on your own, and then maybe your mom will be right and you'll find somebody who is willing to treat you the way you want to be treated and
Love
love
you.
your no, she didn't say love, she said treated. I've never known what love is until you and I fell in love. I've never known what true love is supposed to feel like from either being a child, being an adult child parent relationship, being in a marriage, being in a dating, anything like that. I never understood what love was supposed to feel like until you and I met. So, no, the statement that I made was correct because that's the statement she used treated.
Okay.
So, yes, I absolutely believe not because I lost weight, but because it made me go, oh, you're doing a lot more on your own than what you think, and you don't
You can
need
do
this.
this by
Yeah,
yourself. You don't need to be in that.
exactly.
And you don't need that
Yeah.
in order to survive.
No, no. And I was never like, I've never been an alcoholic. I've never, like, yes, like we all have those times where we're like, get drunk, right? We all have those stupid nights or we overconsume. It happens. But it's never been excessive. I've never been one to like pop open a beverage. Like, it's very rare. It's very, very
Yeah.
rare for me. So, and
Well, like I know people that'll pop open a bottle and just
oh, you don't mean a bottle, you mean a handle. That's different.
a bottle, a handle, whatever it is, and just chug it out of the bottle. Like
Yeah,
gulp, gulp, gulp.
yeah. And that is a huge thing for people who have the gastric sleeve surgery is that
And they turn the wrong direction.
so you take one addiction and you turn it into another. So they turn into like clothing shopping addicts, they turn into uh, workout addicts, they turn into alcoholics, they turn into drug users. Like an addict is an addict. It's just a matter of what your actual form is. And so you're just transferring the addiction from being fat to being whatever. And
Yeah.
so, like, that's
Well,
why the
and you can stretch that back out.
mhm. Oh, yeah, absolutely, you can.
So you can go right back to where you're at
Mhm.
really fast. Well, not really fast, but over time by just not doing what you're supposed to do. If you're still intaking the same amount of stuff in a different format, like
If you're drinking your calories,
yes,
yeah. Whether that's smoothies or protein shakes or alcohol,
sugar and
sugar, whatever it is.
however it however it is, it breaks down to sugar.
Yeah.
Like it all breaks into sugar and turns into fat.
Yeah. But yeah,
Not that we're any type of health experts or anything like
no,
that, but
no. So it was May of 2021 when I had my surgery, and I left my marriage of August of 2021. So there's a timeline for you. But I know the only thing I regret is like not doing the surgery sooner because I've been pretty successful at it. Like I weighed myself this morning and I was 126 this morning and I'd like to get back down to 119. But when I had my surgery with my surgeon, his goal for me was 125. So I'm at my goal weight, which I feel like is really good for having the surgery and then at the exact year mark getting pregnant.
girl, you
So
hot.
thank you. I feel like I'm doing really well in managing like my intake with food, noticing when I'm over intaking and backing back so that I don't continue to stretch out my stomach again. Like
You don't
I'm very conscious
you
and
really
aware.
don't eat a whole lot. When you eat small portions.
Yeah.
You you try as hard as you can to make sure that you get breakfast in.
Yes.
You, and I've been sucking lately because I would normally get up and make you breakfast,
Yeah.
and I apologize.
I made you breakfast the other day and it was so good.
It was good.
Yeah. I was going to make it
It
for
made me
you.
very happy.
I was going to make it breakfast for you this morning, but you were so tired. I was like, it's like, I'm just going to let him
Okay.
rest.
I
But
just went to sleep when you were waking up.
But what I did do, and because you went to bed with a sore throat, but what I did do is
You're so sweet.
I cleared off your nightstand and I made your hot tea for you and left
So
it.
sweet.
But I put a lid on it so that it would stay warm.
Yeah. I remember coming in here about 3:30 or 4 o'clock and grabbing a Dr. Pepper. And that was probably full whenever you cleaned off the nightstand.
It was.
So I might have taken maybe 2 drinks out of it.
Yeah. We have a beverage fridge in here. It used to be so when I got pregnant, I ended up on bed rest, and so having snacks was really important because obviously of the sleeve. So we
All
lived
the
in
protein
yeah,
stuff.
we kept protein snacks or like 100-calorie packs. Like so it had cheese, almonds, berries,
Yeah,
things
the
like
little
that.
packs you get
Little
at the
packs.
store
And
that are in the
essentially that's what my stomach would hold.
right.
And so it was like, okay, that was easy enough. I could throw it in a purse, like anything. And but you bought the fridge, the mini fridge for upstairs because it was a 2-story house and I
Yes.
was having blood pressure issues. So like my blood pressure would crash. And it's like, that's the last thing you want when you're pregnant on the stairs is for your blood pressure to just be like, "Nyeh."
Legit, she would just go limp, pass out.
Yeah.
Like very, very low blood pressure
Yeah.
during the pregnancy, which still scares me right now.
Yeah.
Talking about wanting to
We have
potentially have another one.
another one. Yeah. Yep.
Not that I don't want to have another one.
Yeah. I have my days and my moments. Like, cause right now I feel like we're cresting on our wave. And I feel like a baby would like
Interfere.
if we got pregnant right now, I feel like it would be like we would miss the wave. And I
Yeah.
feel like we've paddled so fucking hard to
We have.
catch this wave. It's like if we get pregnant, I would feel like
If you could think about a marathon happening in 30 days, it's essentially what we've done.
yes, which is why I'm like, this is the perfect time. So Monday is exactly 30 days from the launch of our podcast stuff. So
Actually, I'd like to talk about a podcast that we had today.
okay. But can I finish my thought?
Yes.
Okay. So the thought that I'm having is like, okay, this is the perfect time to challenge ourselves to the 100 days of 100 of 100.
Absolutely.
So 100 days, 100 pieces of content at 100 minutes long. So it's 100 times 3. I wonder if that's biblical. It could be.
Potentially.
Yeah. So the podcast today.
Yeah. So the podcast today, and they keep getting better and better, by the way. So
And that is all you, honey.
yes and no.
I really couldn't be there today and I should have done better, but
Yes and no. You were there.
physically.
So the podcast today was with the owner, CEO of One Tap Connect. One Tap Connect is a microsite
Business card.
business card, digital marketing, like so much built into one thing. And if you guys haven't checked out One Tap Connect, go to onetapconnect.com, check them out. Also, if you just reach directly out to me, they gave me a special affiliate link that I'm sure won't last for long, that has a ton of free stuff in it. And it's really cool. And I believe that every single person should own one of these cards or
Right.
one of these devices of some sort,
Right.
because it brands you out 1,000%, not 100%, 1,000%.
Right.
Because here's what it does: when you tap the card on the phone,
Whatever you've got linked on that microsite's going to go there. So if you want to link all of your
Your-
socials, if you want to link
but they
your
customize it.
Yeah.
And they'll customize. So he went a step further for us and showed us that he customized the actual cards for us today.
Yeah, I can't wait to see mine.
And I feel like he's going to send us a whole bunch of stuff.
Really?
I do, because he was writing stuff down as we were talking.
Oh.
And I'm not saying this because I want you to send like more stuff if you're going to watch this. Like, that's not
No.
what I'm getting at.
No.
That's just a feeling that I had.
I genuinely love these people because I know how hard it is to work a trade show. And they show up to
Dude,
every
they
single
show up to
trade show
every
with
one
the
of 'em.
exact same energy.
Yeah,
The exact
they
same
bring it.
energy. Yeah. And I know how hard these trade shows are. Like you're flat out exhausted because you only have a very small window to make your money back. Because
Yeah.
it costs money to get, I mean, it costs money to rent that booth and it ain't cheap. And then the electric.
I'm
And
gonna
then,
tell you that at least 80% of the people are going to that booth and they're going to purchase.
yeah,
The business model is just, it's badass.
it is badass. Maybe, oh, yeah, sorry. Squirrel.
So our cards actually have an affiliate link on them.
Do they?
I don't know if you know this.
I didn't.
But I talked to Chapman and I talked to Charlie about this.
Yeah.
And said,
Oh, because you sell the cards, right?
Yeah.
And so they'll be able to go and click your link.
yes. Whoa.
This Mike and I are
My
gonna have
link
work
or your
today.
link.
Yeah.
Depending on who it is.
Right.
And if they're signing up on yours, you're going to get, it'll go to your EIN and your bank account. And it'll be,
Pay me, baby.
it'll be sweet.
It's like Toby Maguire. Show me the
Yeah,
money.
exactly. It's so easy to sell this, dude.
It
If
is.
I tap my card on your phone, you'll be like, oh, where do I get that?
Where? Oh, where?
And it's pretty sweet.
It is.
And
Really
it's not just a tap on a phone. I could tap it on an iPad. I could tap it on
Android
device.
anything. It's
Tap
really
it on your
cool.
MacBook, probably. I don't know. I haven't tried that.
Ooh, interesting thought. Yeah. Does listen.
Linda.
You're just gonna get left like this, and we're just gonna. There you go.
We're good. What were you gonna say?
So I've had like 4 thoughts since you started talking, but I'm working on not interrupting you so that you can stay on target, so that maybe you won't feel bad about over talking me.
Oh.
Yeah.
We'll talk.
So, podcast, I got invited to do another podcast with my tribal council, or some members of my tribal council. And I actually got invited to do 2 of these suckers. So this is exciting. So I've got Joe and Chris, who are huge content creators who helped me create my very first content that I ever filmed. And told you they're assaulting, aren't they? And then I'm talking about the mics. And
Not Joe and Chris.
no, Joe and Chris. No, they are amazing people and humans. And so I'm just excited that Joe was even like, I just don't even feel like I'm in the same realm as them. And I mentioned this to you on the podcast that we were on today. I was like, hey, like, it's amazing how much my circle is changing. Like, my circle has elevated.
Yes.
Just out of nowhere, I feel like my circle has elevated. And it's been because I've cut people out. I fucking cut people out who were like, ooh, don't do that.
And
Don't say that. Don't do that. And I'm like, you know what? No, you're not going to tell me how to run my life. You're not going to tell me what you think I should or shouldn't do, or what I should and shouldn't say. And this thought process brought me back to Victor Rancourt, where it was like, how many people do you think he's cut off? And he's fucking successful. You know why he's successful? And I listened to one of his TikToks, which made this thought process like squirrel off. And I was like, you know what? No, like, he said, fuck you to anybody that was holding him back. He was like, fuck you. I'm moving on. Like, I only wanted to hang out with people who were better than me. And I'm like, yes. And that's exactly what I feel like is happening right now. Like, the people who are hanging out with me are so technical, like technology, all of this shit is because of them. Like, everything in here, knowledge base, legit came from them. Like, I reach out to tribal council probably on the daily with gear questions.
Yes.
Like, and I trust their input. Whether I can afford their input, totally different story.
Yes.
But I trust their input, that they're not going to mislead us. They're not going to tell us something that's going to injure us in some way, form, or fashion. And they leave the decision up to us as if we can afford the recommendation. And I appreciate that. But to that point, the people that have reached out to us to be like, can we be on your podcast? I'm like, I'm blown away. Absolutely blown away. And then today I reached 6.3 on my Facebook. 6,300 people follow me on Facebook.
Yes.
Where'd that come from? Like, craziness.
From the content that you're posting.
It's crazy.
And
your following's growing. Have you seen your number?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so when we first got together, you had under 1,000. Under 1,000. You know where you are right now?
No.
3.4. It's fucking nuts, babe.
That's just Facebook.
That's just like, yeah, I know, just Facebook. But like
I'm excited that on this channel right here,
everyday moments.
we're almost, and we may be now at 100.
Oh, I know. We got to do something big.
We may be. I'm gonna look,
I'm gonna do it.
dude. If we're at 100, like, I'll go live, and
we'll stay live for a while.
oh my god, we gotta go live.
What?
We're at 102.
Shut up! Yes. Shut up!
When we started,
Oh my god, we had
when we started,
0.
no, when we started this tonight,
Yeah.
we were at 94.
Shut up.
What's it say?
Oh, 102. I know that's like, oh, but that's not going to pay the bills. I don't fucking care. We started at 0 and we're under 30 days and we have 100 subscribers. Fuck yeah.
We did it.
We fucking did a thing.
We hit a milestone.
We did hit a fucking milestone. The next milestone will be 500.
It is. It's not 250. It's 500.
Yeah, it's 500. And then the next one after.
Whoa. I don't know where all that volume came from. So, yeah, we're going to have to wrap this up right at an hour. And
Yeah.
then we'll go an hour into live
Yeah.
because we're going to do.
And I think we need to go live into Facebook and we need to go live.
100 minutes.
Yes.
And it's Friday night and it's good timing.
It is good timing. It is. And I'm making.
And I'm recording over there. I got that on video.
Oh, good job, babe. So proud of you.
Oh my God. I can't believe this.
I love seeing the excitement and joy on your face. Like, I feel like you want to pick me up and spin me around the room.
I will on a live.
I will on a live.
Like, we'll come into it that way. What do you think?
I almost wish we had smoke bombs or confetti. Like,
what do we have?
I don't know. We'll have to ask the children.
All right. So we're going to end this.
Okay.
The right way.
Okay. All right. So what
before we end this,
ask. Are you listening now? My ask.
Yeah, I'm listening. What do you got?
So my ask.
Yeah, baby.
Is gonna be. I'm gonna need you to like, subscribe, follow, and share.
Hit that button.
Hit the button. The button.
Fade me out.
Fade me out, baby.
Boom.
That was super annoying.